Hi, I'm Steve Green, Master Arborist with Greenview, and it's time to talk trees. In talking about trees, it's sometimes helpful to distinguish between the dynamic mass of the tree and the static mass. In trees, the dynamic mass refers to the comparatively thin layer of photosynthetic and conductive and absorptive tissue in the tree. And the static mass refers to the heartwood that supports all that. Recently, I looked at a tree that helps illustrate why we sometimes make use of this distinction. Here we've got a silver maple in full canopy. Leaves are nice and green. Looks okay from a plant health standpoint. As we move around the base of the tree, however, is quite a pile of sawdust, and if we follow that sawdust up the trunk of the tree, we'll see that it originates in this cavity. And taking a closer look at that cavity, you can see that that sawdust is produced by this nest of carpenter ants. If we pull back a little bit, we see this cavity is at the base of a long codominant stem. And this is just to give you an idea of how long it is. So that long stem with that pocket of decay, that growing cavity where it anchors to the rest of the tree, is problematic. It has what's known as a long lever arm, and use this little branch here to illustrate. A lever arm refers to the distance between the point on an object where a force is applied and where that object bends or rotates under the activity of that force. So if you think of that long extended codominant stem or on that tree, the force would be wind loading at the very top of that tree. And there's a long distance between that force or load and where that anchors to the rest of the tree. And the longer this distance, the greater the force that anchor point has to withstand as that is under load. Any structural weakness in that anchor point created by decay might predispose that entire stem to failure. So in this case, the homeowner wasn't comfortable to the risk to the home should that stem fail, and they opted for removal. Now, what about those carpenter ants? Did they cause this problem? I get asked that question with some regularity. I've got carpenter ants in my tree. What should I do? Well, the first thing to know is that the carpenter ants are not eating healthy tissue in your tree. Carpenter ants are predators. They live on other insects and the honeydew they produce. But they do look for moist areas in trees or structures to build their nests. So they take advantage of a situation that's ongoing, a decay cavity, and build a nest there. So killing them won't eliminate the decay. That was already ongoing. At best, killing the carpenter ants may reduce foraging and satellite nesting activity in a nearby structure. So to wrap this talk up, if you've got a tree that looks healthy but has some obvious structural defects and you're wondering how safe that tree might be, it might be time for you to get a tree risk assessment. And that's something that a certified arborist can provide for you. Or if you've got carpenter ant activity and you're wondering what it means for the health or safety of your tree, maybe you want to have me or one of the other arborists here at Greenview come out and take a look at the situation. Till next time, I'm Steve Green with Greenview.